Paul Campbell is our referee here, supported by David J. Let's go.
Sign out.
Oh, and right there you see the athleticism from Tom Evans nearly getting to that one.
0-0-1.
Yeah, we'll see that a lot over the next 2 sets or 3 sets. Tom's going to be covering a lot of court.
Second
serve by
server.
Helena. Trying to put a little bit too much on that.
Sorry, point.
Correction by the referee
1-0-1.
there, the ball was long.
Oy.
Point.
Great hands there by Glozman to get down to that volley.
2-0-1.
It's a
Second
great
server.
leave from Helena there, recognising that forehand's going long. A short ball. If he's going to drive any of those balls, it looks like it's going to go out there.
2-0-2. Point.
Just how will Helena be able to really keep Duong at bay here with that absolute,
3-0-2.
like that firepower literally coming right at her.
Yeah, he's got a bit of a bazooka of a forehand there. You got to keep him low, and you got to keep the ball out of his hitting zone, to be honest. You can't hit anything in there.
And we saw Tadio do that in singles day, right? Get that ball nice and low, making it really hard for Duong to actually get that ball back up and down into the court.
Yeah, if you can look to slice and keep that ball to a minimum off the ground, I think that's where you're going to start to dominate Kwong. He's from a tennis background as well. Wow, that's
Second server.
some deception there from Glozman. Taking that off
0-3-2.
into Tommy's backhand hip.
And there is the Evans serve. Oh, great spot though by Glozman.
Sign out.
Dropped in. Yeah, she's got some really deceptive hands there, and I think that's what the females have now
3-0-1.
develops.
Point. Such a tall athlete, she does so well to get under that ball.
She does very well. I think the Aussie pair's got to look to go in behind Kwong rather than going to
4-0-1.
Glozman here. Look to go in behind his backhand corner. He's not going to be able to generate as much rip from there.
Point.
And you can see Kwong being so dominant off the ground. Tom.
Evans called a timeout.
5-0-1.
Let's see what they worked out during that timeout, Jason Taylor.
Yeah, let's see if the game plan changes here.
Point.
Yeah, you can see, obviously, Helena not quite being as competent up there as
6-0-1.
Glozman in the dinking battles at the moment.
Fault.
Just getting her feet crossed over there on that dink.
First and only warning, replay.
We can see here the replay of the serve.
Second
You start to
server.
push the boundaries like Kwong does on the serve. You're going to get called a few times, and that's okay. You'll get a reserve, and then you'll go again.
Side out.
Some quick reactions there. We like to see that.
0-6-1.
Helena doing very well to keep that ball alive and get the ball back up their end.
A jumping forehand from there, and he goes, oh, wow, man.
What a great forehand drive
1-6-1.
volley there by Tom Evans. Such athleticism. Here we go again. Boom.
Second server.
You can see Helena's now getting a little bit more dominant on that dinking battle. She's a little
1-6-2.
more comfortable there. She's hit a few balls. And Tom just taking
Point.
over. I played against this a few times. It's really tough to keep it away from him when he's driving that well.
There's so much power on that ball, isn't it, on that drive. It's so hard to actually get
2-6-2.
it back down at his feet as he's coming in like that.
He can go on a run of maybe
too high,
5 or
south
6
to north,
balls
Tom.
where he's winning those points off
First
that.
and only warning,
And if he can
replay.
do that, it's going to be tough for the team. But
2-6-2.
obviously they've seen that all before, the Guangdong. And wow.
Side out.
She's swatting flies out here, or? And a little bit of an air swing from Helena there. It's tough when the ball's coming that fast.
Point. Seven, 2-1. Point.
Big drive by Glozman there. Yeah, look, Tom and Helena unwinding the stack here, Jason, and that puts Duong cross-court from Helena. Not sure I like that matchup.
If you can keep it away from Duong in that scenario, it's not a bad matchup just because she's going to be not in front of Kwong anymore. But the backhand rip from Kwong's dinks is very tough to control if you let that ball bounce.
9-2-2.
It does kick off the surface. I've faced him a few times, and it is really tough to face. And they've stayed on the same side again, and there's a body bag from Kwong. It's tough to read.
And Helena all smiles after that one.
10-2-2.
But I'm sure she'd much prefer to get paddle on it next time. Okay.
Point.
Switch there. Game one does go the way of Kwong Duong and Vivian Glozman. 11-2, very convincing over the Australian pairing of Helena Spiridis and Tom Evans. Players will take a quick break, they will swap ends, and we'll be back with game two very shortly.
Get ready, Pickleball fans. The PPA Tour is bringing the action to you. Whether you love to play or watch, this is your chance to experience pickleball at its best. Mark your calendars for our next tour stops. Tucson, Arizona, February 5th to February 9th. Mesa, Arizona, February 17th to February 23rd. Cape Coral, Florida, March 5th to March 9th. Don't miss your chance to experience the thrill. Watch the pros, cheer for your favorites, register to play, and buy your tickets now at ppatour.com.
Bye.
Sign out.
You can see Tom playing on the right now.
0-0-1.
Love to see it out from Tom, but you like to see that poach and that aggressive play from there.
0-0-2. Side out.
And that third, just a little bit short there, clipping the tape, falling back the side of Spiridis.
Yeah, you'd like to see a little bit more arc on that drop, just to give that higher percentage play. And that is around the post.
Point.
And he's missed it.
1-0-1.
Didn't quite get there for that one.
Point.
Great third there by Glozman.
You can see that that's not even really a drive. It's actually between a drive and a drop there. And you can see, like, it's below the net. It's going to be really tough to attack. Kwong's coming in for that poach.
Second server.
Spiridis picking her spot there very well.
2-0-2. Point.
Some great reactions from QD there.
It's unfortunate they set up a very good point there, did Evans and Spiridis. Just going a little bit too big there on that put away, I think, Jason.
And that's smashed into the crowd there. We like to see that from Tom. I think he's got to be a little bit more dominant here, even from the right side. I think he can do it.
0-3-1.
The late ball, and then smash that away.
Second server.
Well left.
Zero, 3-2. Point.
We have a net call go in the favour of Tom and Helena.
Yeah, a bit of luck right there, but they need it.
One,
They need a little bit
3-2.
more luck. We'd like to see a few more of those.
Hasn't quite got that ATP down today, has he?
Well, she keeps on giving it to him, but he's not quite able to get there. He's covering a lot of room through the middle, so that forehand from Glozman, really aggressive with the cross-court dink.
Point. Timeout. Receiving team. Score is 4-1-1.
All right, Evans and Spiridis commanding lead here in this round of 16 match.
Outs.
They lead 4-1 in game 2. This is a mountain to climb now for Evans and Spiridis.
Yeah, they're going to look to put the nail in the coffin here and take these next few points quite quickly, I can see.
Point.
Yeah. Such a big third drive there, and Glozman closing the net nicely.
5-1-1.
I'm very impressed with Glozman's game, actually. She plays quite big.
Point.
Yeah, she's such a great athlete, Vivian Glozman. That wingspan is incredible.
Yeah, she has some great length and can obviously
6-1-1.
hit that deceptive forehand quite often. We've seen that numerous times, and she uses it great as a part of her arsenal.
Second server. 6-1-2.
All right,
Side out.
Tom Evans holding middle there, putting pressure on Glozman or tempting her to hit a winner up that line.
1-6-1.
Wasn't up to the task that time.
Fault. North, south.
There's a service fault from Helena.
First and only warning, a replay. Score is 1-6-1.
It's a warning.
Point.
It's a great little backhand speed up from Tom.
Yeah, that was terrific by Tom and Helena.
2-6-1.
They're going to have to do that a lot more here. Tom's going to have to speed up a lot of these dead dinks and try and take out of the bodies. Oh, wow.
Oh,
Tough bounce from QD there.
clean bowled, I think.
Straight through him.
Next on championship court, Jessica
3-6-1.
Nicholas Schumann and George Ward. Next on championship court.
Second server.
Yeah, unfortunate for Evans there. They're building something quite nice, though.
3-6-2.
They put a few more points on the board.
Yeah, if they can get a couple more points here, that pressure will come on. It's a good reset.
Oh, nice pirouette there from Helena Spiridis to get that overhead backhand volley in play.
6-3-1.
But too good.
Yeah, that lob
That's
from
wrong.
Glozman there. It's a shot that a lot of girls are developing
Second
now,
serve.
that right side lob over the female's backhand side. And it's something that I've seen a lot of the
6-3-2.
American girls do, and Australian girls aren't quite up to that yet. Something that we can develop.
Point.
We've got the ball in the booth.
Seven, 3-2.
Just long from Helena there.
See that ball.
8-3-2.
Getting quite a good look at it there, but called out by players and referees.
Side
All
out.
right, here we go.
Timeout. Serving team.
And
Score
a
is
timeout
3-8-1.
called from Tom Evans and Helena Spiridis have some real work to do here. And there is that lob again from Glozman, proving very effective in game 2.
3-8-2. Fault. Come out too high. That is side out. Eight, 3-1.
It is a side out. Glozman gets the ball back in hand. 8-3 on 1.
Oh, body bag. And there we go. Tom's taking it to the body. He's trying to cover a little bit too much court there, and then that's causing him to come unstuck with the speed up from Glozman.
9-3-1.
Great
Second
spot
serve.
there by Tom Evans. Back in behind Duong.
We've seen them change sides again, unwind, or Tom
9-3-2.
playing right-hand side there.
Point.
And that does bring up match points for Vivian Glozman and Quang Duong in this
10-3-2.
round of 16 match.
Point.
And
Game
Duong
match.
and Glozman do take game 2. They are victorious 11-2, 11-3 over the Australian pairing of Tom Evans and Helena Spiridis. US fans, you will see Tom and Helena later this year in the US. Duong and Glozman will move on to play the winners of Tyra Black, CJ Klinger, Lucas Pascoe and Caitlin Hart in the quarterfinals. Stay tuned for more PPA Tour Australia Pickleball Open action here on Championship Court. We'll be back with you soon.